Welcome to my channel. My name is Yolanda. I'm an artist who shares all things about mixed media, watercoloring, and creative journaling. As I'm getting back into the flow of sharing more videos this year, I thought I'd give you a look at some of my newest artwork and projects. These are the studies and sketches I made on paper. They're an example of how I develop my finished art. I am working on a new batch or collection of abstracts, and I just thought I'd like to give you a look at how I go from sketches, studying, color palettes, all the way through to a finished painting. In this sketchbook, I worked with a variety of color palettes and media. So I was working with watercolor, fluid, or high flow acrylics and inks, and I was basically working out how I wanted each abstract to look. And I was experimenting with how the inks and acrylics and watercolors worked and layered together. This sketchbook, I'm using it for actually a studio journal. I've been writing a lot about the projects I'm working on this year, and I also add sketches, cutouts. I put tabs so that I could section off parts of the books for each project. And in the back, I've added a place for me to do some color blending practice to work with the color palettes for my work. I don't always use a studio journal, but it's been really helpful. I've been doing a lot of color blends as I'm working on this current project. Since the paintings are like almost monochrome in a way, I was working with the palettes in order to see how many slight variations of color I could get and values within the same colors. It's interesting to see how many colors I can actually create by blending only a limited palette. These are some of the finished studies or final studies and paintings that I made on paper. Each of them has a different color palette, or these were the violet color palette, and I have I think 4 or 5 different color palettes that I'm working on, and the ones that you see right now are not quite finished yet, but I wanted to show those just to show how they each develop. They are obviously in the blue color palette that I'm using, and they've got lots of shimmer, so I lift it up so maybe you can see that in the light. You can see how it shimmers, some of the gold and pearlescent colors. The paintings I'm making for this project remind me of something kind of celestial, like the stars, or maybe something more like the ocean. I really wanted to capture that vibe or that feeling. I think of them kind of like maybe galaxies or shimmering stars, swirling pools of waters. And I'll share more of that in an upcoming video. But for now, thanks for joining me. I hope you liked seeing those artworks, and I'll see you next time.